Hey guys, so Capcom has finally revealed what that random VR/FPS cutscene was from the official Ultra Street Fighter 2 trailer. It turns out it's a brand new mode called Way of the Hado, which features motion-based commands using the Joy-Con controllers from the Nintendo Switch. So you play as Ryu in a first-person view, fighting Shadowloo soldiers and then eventually even M. Bison himself, the hype. The graphics also changed from the sprite-based style to full 3D, and it even looks like the Street Fighter 4 engine. And that's what threw us off, because we're like, is this part of Ultra Street Fighter 2, or is this like some kind of new game entirely? But it is part of Ultra Street Fighter 2. This mode kind of plays like a railgun shooter. I love railgun shooters, by the way. Where you have no control of your movement, and the enemies will spawn in front of you, and if you're not fast enough on taking them out, they'll start attacking you. So instead of shooting the characters on the screen, you actually have 4 different attacks that you can do. Since you're Ryu, you don't need to use guns. You have the traditional Hadouken. By turning the Joy-Con controller sideways and pushing forward with both hands, this is a great way to stop enemy projectiles and deal damage from a distance. So I guess the enemies will be hurling projectiles at you as well. The traditional Shoryuken. Keep one arm still while you punch the other into the air in an upward arc. Shoryukens deal great damage to a single target and is your go-to special move when an enemy is up close. Just make sure you don't use this as a wake-up option unless you're using meter. The Tatsumaki Senpu Kyak, performed by holding the Joy-Con controllers upright in front of you and rotating your hips side to side. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a feel for what this would look like. It allows you to hit multiple enemies up close, making it effective when several enemies try to swarm you. So it's like a multi-hitting AoE attack. Finally, you have your super, the Shinku Hadouken. You'll need to build up your super meter while playing, and once it's full, hold down the SL and SR buttons, I don't know where those are, while doing the same motion for the normal Hadouken. The best way to do massive damage to enemies close up and far away. So I guess it's like your screen clear attack. And when first looking at the footage of Capcom actually playing this and demonstrating it, the motion controls honestly looked really unresponsive. It doesn't look like it's fluid, like you do like one motion after the other. It looks like you have to pause for a moment, and it looks like you gotta really do the motions like exact. It looks kind of clunky. But to be fair, the game isn't finished yet, of course, and they can fine-tune it more. They also included a training mode specifically for the motion commands, so you can perfect it as well. So that's a nice touch. Maybe the motion controls were intended to be accurate, like intended to be hard, just like a fighting game, I guess. Like you need the finesse, and that's why they have the training mode, and then maybe that's why it allows you to practice it. So maybe it was the player's fault and not the game's fault. I'm thinking really next level here, though. I don't know, man. For like a Nintendo Switch game, I don't think they're going like hardcore for this. I think it's just being unresponsive. But anyways, now after you complete each stage in this new game mode, you earn experience points, which are used to boost your stats, such as your attack, your health, your speed, and your defense. So that's pretty cool. It's got like some RPG elements to it. There's also a score-based system with the timer at the top of the screen showing how fast you complete each stage. So it looks like mostly like a score-based thing. But there's also a survival mode in the game as well, where the game will let you go as long as you can go before you actually get knocked out. So that's really cool as well if you're like someone who's like really into this and you want to see how far you can go and just like keep boosting your stats and you're like, you've aced this. That could be a really great feature for this. So boosting your stats gets you faster times and higher scores, obviously. It makes you powerful enough to take out M. Bison. So they're just saying that you have the option of playing M. Bison. I don't know if he comes at the end of the stage, but maybe he's just like the super hard boss that you can't actually defeat until your stats are high enough. There's also 2 difficulties in the game, beginner mode and hard mode. I'm going to assume that's like how fast the enemies actually attack you, how much time before you have to actually take them out. Honestly, I like that Capcom is thinking out of the box here. With this extra mode, even if you say, hey, this is just some gimmicky thing that they're just using the motion-based controls, I still like the idea that Capcom is adding new modes to Ultra Street Fighter 2, and it's not just, you know, arcade mode, versus mode, right, or the online stuff. It's something that's like completely out there. It's using like the Street Fighter 4 like 3D engine. It's like just something totally different. And I really wish they did something like this in Street Fighter 5. I'm sorry to bring Street Fighter 5 into this, guys. But Street Fighter 5 came out with the survival mode, and even the survival mode could have been made a lot funner. They could have added like the cool RPG elements. You know, they had the supplement thing for Street Fighter 5 in the survival mode, but it wasn't something that was like, you know, you're getting progressively stronger. It's more like this gambling slot machine, right? And there's like, you know, a boss mode and stuff, and I really feel like you know, Capcom is testing the waters here on new types of game modes for the future to add to their other products. So I do like the idea of Capcom adding extra content and making sure this is more robust when the game is launched for sure. Now another really cool feature coming to Ultra Street Fighter 2 is color edit mode. I don't know how I feel about this, guys. Now, I know some of you guys are really hype for color edit mode in all your fighting games, but for me, I'm kind of a downer on this. I know there's some really cool customizations that people have made, but seriously though, I have some nightmares from Cross Tekken with the glow sticks, and everyone always uses the colors black, white, and red for all their characters. Let's face it. And it could be really, really distracting, especially when you're watching matches and stuff. Now, I know Ultra Street Fighter 2, we don't know if it's going to be some big esports game, but I'm saying, just in general for fighting games, I'm kind of 50-50 on the color edit mode. I really am, man. But I know some of you guys love that feature, so if you do, it is in Ultra Street Fighter 2. But at least we get something for the player that, once again, it takes your mind off the actual, you know, versus and competitive part, and there's things to do. It adds life to the game, and it's great that Capcom is adding this as well. Finally, there's an artwork gallery in the game that includes over 250 pieces of art from the series. Once again, more content. So, in case you guys are wondering, the Nintendo Switch releases on March 3rd, which is like 2 weeks from now. As for the release of Ultra Street Fighter 2 itself, Capcom has said, and I quote, "At a later date, we'll share with you even more modes and features coming to the game, along with pricing and the release timing." So there you go. They have even more modes to announce for it. I'm going to assume that's going to be coming out pretty soon, right after the Switch's launch, and then of course we'll see how the sales do, and we'll see if this game will actually be purchasable on, you know, next-gen consoles like the PS4 and Xbox. So yeah, really interested to see, what do you guys think of this new mode? What do you guys think of color edit mode? I'm curious if you guys really like that. Don't forget to like the video, guys, and be sure to subscribe, and I'll keep you guys tuned with more fighting game news in the future. So take care, everyone.